All right, this is, we're still in the hollow point test tube, test number 4 of the round nose quads. This is the addendum number 1 to that test. These are the stats here. You'll see I got an average of 966 now. Also have moved up to 7.5 grains of the power pistol. Now, first of all, oh hell, come here. There we go. I want to thank Eli and Julio, who chimed in right off the bat when I asked for somebody to help me with quick loads. And I appreciate it, you guys, so much. Here's what we learned. I can go to a 7.5 grain charge weight. It'll put me at 16,793 PSI. And you can see here on that chart, that purple band gets you up there in the plus P pressure. So we're right there in the standard load pressures. And that's exactly what I want to do in this test tube series. And where is it? Here we go. Quick load said we can look for 943 feet per second. So, geez, what a great help you guys were. I appreciate this so much. Probably won't be the last time in this series I'll be hollering for help. Eli, Julio, thank you so much. Okay, so we ended up getting an average of 966. Now here on this one, you see we got an extreme spread of 61. I did something probably I shouldn't have done, but I wanted to find out if I could trust one of my powder throws to throw this 7.5 grain and be accurate with it. And so I chose the Lyman Brass Smith. And that's an awesome powder throw. I couldn't recommend it high enough for you guys. So that's how I threw these instead of trickling them real slow. Here's what happened. We got a full set of compliance here. Actually, I would call them overdriven, just a T-Whidley. Now, if you can see that circle below that one, let me choose, here's one over here. You can see that the space that I've been coveting on these corners here and here, where there's not any lead out there, I believe that having a less space in that frontal diameter will allow us to get more penetration, because I said before, this is like running a parachute through the flesh, and it sure puts the brakes on. So in a way, they're almost overexpanded. You check the circle underneath and you can see how much space. I would prefer these first two here probably for deeper penetration than I would these fatties down here. They actually, let me see if I can show this. Get away from me, fly. Where am I? See how the pedals are still stopping at 90 degrees to the shank of the cast? That's exactly what I want to have, but yet there's one right there on the right that's bent down a little bit. That one's bent down a lot itself, but they're not folded back against the shank, so I think that's a good deal. Down here it's more pronounced. You can see how, I got the wrong hand holding this thing. You can see how they're still stopping pretty much straight out, and that's the widest diameter, so it's going to cut the biggest hole going through the flesh. So I'm real happy with that. I call those little wings there elephant toes, because they've got so much meat right in through here that the more they open, the more meat collects back in through here and resists this pedal from flipping back and tucking in next to the body there. So that's how it went. Here's our primers. They look just fine. But I think it's like Pollard was saying, James Pollard, you're not going to see these things really flatten out appreciably until you get way the hell up there, you know, where you're in the plus P or plus P plus pressure zone. So you can't trust primers, or at least not these CCIs. They're a little thicker than the average primer. And here's from the first test. Remember I was telling you that if you look in the centers here, there's a divot here, and on here. And so there's more lead around this area to keep pushing back down. Let me see if I can get this right. Down like this, and it gets wider. So that's what you end up seeing. Less of a divot left in the middle of them, and that lead around the divot there next to the pedals has pushed outward and back. So it's kind of an interesting, let's see, these were running at, hell, what was that number? These were running at 884 feet per second, and now these at 966. So that's it. I'm calling Hollow Point Test Tube Series Test 4 a done deal. Thanks guys for watching. I appreciate your comments, and I'll see you in Test 5, whatever that's going to be. Watch out for that family. Take care of them neighbors, and watch that 6.
Lazy bone, sleeping in the sun. How you expect to get your day's work done? You never get your day's work done. Sleeping in the noonday sun. Lazy bone, sleeping in the shade. How you expect to get your cornmeal made? You never get your cornmeal made.